property of Firemore Police Department. The following footage depicts acts of violence, self-harm and suicide in relation to the case of the Crow Fathers cult. Any unsupervised viewing of this footage will be severely punished. For your discretion is advised. I started off reading in my silly voice, and then I realised this actually sounds vaguely serious, and realised I should probably change my tone. Right then, so good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little game called the Timberlodge Inn, which is presenting itself quite professionally so far. Indeed, here it is. VHS filters. Those things that can guarantee you a large file size. I'm not quite sure what I expected. I didn't quite expect to half stick my head through the hedge, but that's interesting. Anyway, I wanted to play this because this reminded me a lot of Fears to Fathom, particularly the second episode. I feel like there's something a bit fishy going on around the back of here, and I wish to investigate. Any dead bodies? None that I can see. I open this door? No. Oh goodness, a spooky pentagram. I'm also not convinced that said Crow Fathers. I think it might have said Crow Feathers instead. I might have been being dumb. I don't know, but the frame rate's a little squiffy. But that is alright. I do not believe that this is a large team or a project that was worked on for like years and years. So it is likely to be a little rough around the edges, which seems fair enough. It's not like the video will be featured in. It won't be rough around the edges. Right then. Hello, sir. Would you mind if I stole some of your stuff? It seems like someone's already had a good go at stealing some of your stuff, so possibly you won't mind. I have no idea what my objective is. I mistook these for cans of Pringles at first, and now I am thoroughly sad. Hello. You look very grim, but then again, if I had a shirt that fit that badly and I wore it to work, I'd feel quite grim myself. Hello, stranger. Name's Howard. My wife and child just abandoned me, claiming I wasn't an appropriate father. Maybe because the moment that you meet a stranger, you start divulging your life story to them. Perhaps that's why it is. Right then. Heard a little voice there. So you want to visit Firemore and stay here for the night? Wonderful! Why precisely do you have a VHS camcorder strapped to your face? Oh well, we welcome all types here to the Timberlodge Inn. It is the best place for visitors, and you're in luck, because tonight we don't have any other guests. You can make as much raucous noise as you like. Isn't that lovely? Just pick up whatever key you like and go to your room. By the way, don't forget, if you need anything, you can come to me at any time. I stay up all night long and never sleep, because I am some sort of vampire creature. Which, possibly is another reason why your wife is a bit concerned about you. I slightly regret doing that now. Man alive. Or maybe it was just because you couldn't feed the baby with those mutton chops of yours. Alright, I shall have a key, please. Which one should I have? Let's have number 3. That's not the one I wanted, but never mind. It doesn't matter, we have number 5, and that decision will prove to be a fateful one, I presume. Right then. Here are some cars. I'm trying to figure out whether they're scaled properly. I'm not entirely sure. Right then. Enough about my inability to understand the size of cars. Let's mistake a shadow for a bit of iron bar left on the floor for the sake of bludgeoning somebody, and question why exactly this man owns 4 cars. 5 cars, my mistake. 4 cars and a van. Perhaps that's another reason why his wife left him, because he kept spending money on new automobiles instead of on the child. Makes sense to me. Right then. Here is a video stream from the Borg that they will beam into your brain in the middle of the night as you sleep to make sure that you assimilate every poor soul that passes by. Can I go into the bathroom and freshen up a little? No, but I can sort of see through the bathroom door. I see the toilet. I see the mirror. I see some sort of hook on the wall, and I see what might possibly be a shower. This hotel does not have a bath in it, is it? Right then. Allow me to park my patoot. Well, the place got busier, didn't it? Excuse me, I'm trying to sleep. Do you mind being a little more quiet, you naughty people? Wait, hang on, why is this one number 5 as well? Hello? Would you shut up, please? Oh, they're not here. They must be in the next room. Probably upstairs, actually. Excuse me? Oh, not here either. Enough with the bagpipes! Not here either. Goodness. Where are they? Definitely coming from somewhere. Look, I like jazz as much as the next man. Well, probably more than the next man, you know, given the whole obsession thing going on. But still. Would you mind? It's the middle of the night. There is a time and a place for jaunty tunes. And this is not it. As recompense, I am going to take a shower in yours. With this floating sink of yours, which is quite an exciting concept. I'm rather looking forward to this shower. Right then. Goodness. I'd better go and complain to the manager, because now that the problem has been sorted out, there is every reason for me to continue to make a fuss about it instead of getting on with my life as if it never happened. Right then. Let's go and see if dear Howard would like to have a complaint lodged into his ear hole. No, it would seem that he would not, given that he is no longer here. Oh, goodness. I do spy, something red in there. I do spy a pentagram of spooky pookiness. Goodness, I'd almost totally forgotten about the pentagrams and the demons and the evil people and the crow's father and all the rest of the, hubbubbery we were talking about before. Let me have a quick look at this little car. Are there any dead bodies here? Any little pentagrams? Any little monsters? I spy none. Alright then. I presume I can't go through here, can I? It would seem not, no. Alright then. I suppose if all of the paternal crows have flown the proverbial coop, we had best go back to bed. I guess we can go to any bed we want, really, now that we can access pretty much any room we want. Now, which one actually was mine? It wasn't one of these ones. Was it this one? It might have been. Something went a little screwy and a little fishy there, but it'll be alright. Let me just let me just have the strongest pang of deja vu I've ever had in my life. Have I played this before? I've played so many games I can't remember. Hello? Who is knocking on the door? What's with that red light? Do you see that? Oh, I have a flashlight. I haven't really needed it thus far. Hello? Is this the red light district? I have heard many things about it. Perhaps it's coming from upstairs. Yeah, seriously, I'm having the strongest pang of deja vu doing this. Very, very mysterious. What doesn't help is the lack of furniture. What doesn't help is the number of games that sort of reuse assets and things. You know, so you'll see like the same car in 100 different games, see the same basic house build in a dozen different games, so it's very easy to think that you're playing the same game and really you're not. Right then, what funkalicious tunes can we do demon dances to? I don't know. If the demon's gone to let out some demonic eruptions. I don't know, but they're not here anymore. Well, I'm sure this is fine. Let me just shut this door like a good neighbour, and then I'll trot off and go back to bed. I reckon, so I will. Is Howard still absent from his post? Yes, he is. In that case, I might steal a chocolate bar because when he's not here, and he won't notice, and he probably doesn't have CCTV, because all of the CCTV has been installed upon my face. Oh, there's extra room here. I did not see that this was here before. Can I poke my head through the door, try and figure out what's in there? I don't know. I see a checkered floor. I don't see a great deal else, however. Alright then. With my grand larceny having been appropriately performed, I shall return to my bed. Such as it is. Right then, back to bed we go. Oh, sorry, you shut that door first, didn't I? Wouldn't want to be accused of being untidy. No? No, you do not wish me to go to bed? Alright then, fair enough, game. What exactly is it you want me to do? What additional mischief do you want this little miscreant to get up to? See if we can see anything in any of the other rooms. Oh, goodness, this looks exciting. It's a tome. A tome of mischief. Looks like that says K, T, and M. But, many newspapers. Can I read any headlines? The Financial Times. That's actually a real newspaper. That surprises me. Normally these things are too afraid of copyright to go anywhere near them. The Independent. No, the Daily Independent. I'm not familiar with the Daily Independent. I'm familiar with the familiar with the real one though. Okay, this looks like a new, a local one rather. Oh, 30-year-old woman missing. Sorry, I thought that read as Boyo woman missing. I thought, where the hell is Boyo? I've heard of a place called Boyo in all my life. Where the hell are we? And, why did we get booted out? I was busy reading the paper. I was trying to catch up on current affairs, for goodness sake. Oh, he's booted around the back of here. Alright, fair enough. Can I go back in that room where I was? No, the numbers are back to normal. What the hell just happened? My SCART lead has gotten a bit gammy. Where's the SCART lead? They're all gammy. They are by definition and by creation gammy. Howard, help plug me back in. I'm having a serious pickle, my friend. Howdy, everything okay? You look weird. I know, I was born this way. How did you find that book? Oh, well, I guess I have to tell you a little story. Many believe that Firemore is cursed. I know, right? Everyone wants a haunted town in their story. But not this time, son. Firemore is cursed, at least according to strangers. There are rumours of serial killers, ghosts, even aliens that are among this town. Man alive, what is it, the Convention of Kooks? If you ask me, it's a bunch of rubbish made up by the locals. I think you mean by the locals. Got to make up your town to be popular, right? There's no bad popularity if you make your town famous. What about being famous for causing every person that visits to have their trousers fall down at an immensely inopportune moment when they're standing in front of their mother-in-law? I reckon that would be bad popularity. Now, the thing is that all of this is true, except for the aliens part, I think. I haven't seen any this afternoon, at least. Anyway, Firemore has some kind of energy. Many claim it's because of the magnetic forces or whatever. I mean, yes, definitely. Magnets. Yes, definitely the fault of all the magnets, and definitely not the fault of all the booze you sell in here. You can feel it once you enter here. The wind is heavy. Suddenly you start hearing things. Things you're not supposed to hear. I can't stand it. I left Firemore and started a new business here. Outside of all the noise. The only way to fight it, is get religious. Just kidding. In the late 50s there was a cult here, I believe, called the Crow Feathers or something. Many believe they are responsible for this mess. They are worshipping a demon-like creature, as opposed to a satanic cult which worships a kitten, I suppose. It had 2 horns, I believe they called it. And cuckoo. No, they were called a cuckoo. The demon of hatred, as opposed to the demon of cupcakes, I suppose. But what do I know? Anyway, I got to work now. Go back to sleep, and don't bother me again with all that. That's odd. He seemed like a nice, friendly man before that was willing to engage in a bit of socialization, but it would seem I have annoyed him no end. Alright then. Fair enough. I must return to my bed and have a wee sleep, and the frame rate can still be really inconsistent. What? Why is number 5 locked? I need to go into number 5. Did I not pick up the key this time around? Is it more comfortable the second time around? No, key number 5 is gone. And I'm not allowed to have no more. The door's locked and the key doesn't work. I'm not just a cretin, it's honestly, it doesn't work. Alright. It's a bit mysterious. What if I try returning to that room where we saw the demonic ritual taking place, with the pentagram on the floor and the shadows in the shadows and all the rest of it? Can I spy? Can I spy anything? No, it all looks perfectly ordinary now. Strange way of peeking into someone's room just by sticking your face up against the wall. No, it doesn't seem like we can access any of these rooms. Very, very mysterious. It's as if I don't have the key. I don't believe I've got any kind of an inventory or anything. Perhaps I dropped the key somewhere? Back when I respawned, it was a rather jarring moment. It would make sense if things got jiggled out of my pockets. But, I'm not seeing it. I'm just seeing this VHS filter, which is slowly giving me a rather distinct headache. I decided to restart the game, because I think that bit where I glitched to the back of the building, I don't really think that was meant to happen. Goodness, this is a luxurious bathroom. So I was just making our way back to where we was before, and I just discovered this strange room, which reminds me of that meme that goes around the internet every now and again that says, like, I can't remember what it's like. It's about someone complaining that some men live in apartments that have nothing but a chair and a games console in them. Yeah. Anyway, the book isn't here yet. I've just disrupted the noisy jazz party, but I've slightly forgotten what I did now because I can't seem to progress anymore. So it's less than optimal. Oh, there we go. Right then. So this time we've got the demonic getting smashed in the face by a door again. Bit. This time the room's empty. Most mysterious. Very mysterious indeed. I think it's usually this room. Here we are. Here are the demons. The demons are not here. Alright. I don't really know. I'm trying to think about how the glitch could have caused me to get that screwed up. But they would have had to have shut the doors and locked them, which is a bit weird. But here's the book. Here's the Book of Mysticism. This time I'm going to pay no attention to the newspapers whatsoever and see if Howard has anything to say to me, whether he wants to give me that spiel again. Because he mentioned the book last time, didn't he? Is he there? No, he's not there. This is most mysterious. This is very mysterious indeed. At least I can go in all to in the other rooms now. I just need to go back into my room again from the sleep. See, this has happened again. This didn't happen for the other person. I had to look on someone else's playthrough of this in order to actually see what was going on. This didn't happen for them. I don't think it did. Now all the rooms are shut. They've got their normal numbers on them again. This is locked. I am so confused. I am so confused. I swear this didn't happen for the other people. Let me get one more spiel out of you. This is weird. Alright, so as it transpires, I was actually not paying any attention whatsoever, because I don't like paying attention when I'm watching other people's videos, so I do not enjoy watching them. The only reason I watch them is so we can get ourselves unstuck. So, they actually did go through the weird teleportation thing that we went through. And then they just sort of walked out the door, and then they teleported again off to the next bit of the game. But you have to stand on, like, the correct bit of the parking lot for that to happen. Anyway, now we has got this very ugly staircase that we can wander down. Can I fall off the staircase? Yes, I can, in order to speed things up greatly. Very nice indeed. Right then. And now we have many more doors. Oh, they're all number 6. Why none of them number 5? I want to go and have a little sleep. Oh well. Used to have plenty of friendly neighbours, like this person that rushed towards me to give me a kiss the moment they saw me. Very friendly indeed. Right then, I best pay back with a smooch this. Smooch. Right then. Now what? What the hell? Sounds like another tape is being loaded up. Yeah, your SCART lead's completely gone now. Well, that was interesting. Not quite sure why it gave us a grave warning at the beginning. That doesn't seem quite as serious as it once seemed. Right then, man, seriously, I was playing that for half an hour. My eyes are aching. See, file sizes are the only things affected by VHS filters. Right then, that was quite nice. I feel I was possibly quite heavily inspired by the second episode of Fears to Fathom, because that seems so very similar in so many ways. But that was alright. I feel like the build-up was better than the actual spook itself. I feel like once we sort of teleported down into that weird world where we had all those candles and stuff, I feel like that was a little bit, I don't know, there just wasn't quite enough substance there, really, for that to be like a really nice ending to that, but certainly shows a lot of potential, very professionally put together, very cute, and certainly sort of quite fun and interesting. Well, this is an interesting development we've reached. Turns out me prattling on endlessly about absolute rubbish was actually beneficial for once. Well, I mean, sort of beneficial, because now it means we can see this man twerk. And, right, never mind. This is part of a weird pattern I've seen, where at the end of games, developers have their character models dancing. It's a bit weird, but anyway, what on the internet isn't, particularly when it's associated with my name. Right then, I think we shall leave that there. So thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and being here to look after me as I go through this. Warning! The following game contains graphic scenes of audio corruption. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, it's really annoying. Just go watch somebody else play the game, you'll have a much better time. Pavement liquor? Instinct? My instinct is that you shouldn't lick pavements, because you'll probably get some sort of horrific disease, but never mind. Any hilarious options? Low quality. I demand extra high quality games. I would add more settings if it didn't break my game. Oh, it already seems to have broken the game, mate, and you don't even seem to have done anything yet. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Right, there we are. I have managed to fix the problem, for you anyway, not for me. Let's get on with the game. Are you ready? And nice and cozy. Yes, I've managed a blanket here to keep my legs warm, so I am thoroughly prepared for whatever horrific experience you wish to chuck in front of my face. Greg, what is up? Ugh. Ah, Greg's friend is a caveman. This is good to know. Come along now. Oh, goodness. Yes, I recall what this game is about now. Oh, idiot. It's not pleasant. Yes, I agree, it's not pleasant. I don't want someone in the car doing that with me. Pull over, I think there's a motel. You could go in a bush, mate. I'm sure they won't mind. Alright, don't be too long. It's going to get dark soon. Right, so yes, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're on a little game where you're on a road trip, and you find yourself in need of relief. Of your very screwy animation. Sorry, the animation was so screwy I didn't notice the text that was going by. Never mind, it doesn't matter. So yes, this is a little game where you can do peeking at people. No, this is a little game where you're on a road trip, you find yourself in need of relief, and you must go and answer the call of nature. I'm being called by something right now, and it's called my sense of self-preservation, and it's telling me to run the hell away from you. Good afternoon. I just heard a sound and thought I'd check it out. That's nice of you. Sorry, the grammar in the first line caught me off guard. Yes, right, you came here for my trash, didn't you? No, I don't want it. Yeah, dog, get out of here, you word I don't recognise. And next time you think of stealing my things, think again. Okay. If you insist. I can't imagine what he's going to do when the bin men turn up to empty those garbage containers. He's probably going to start viciously assaulting them, which is a bit worrying. But never mind. Presumably it is close to dusk, and that's why we're worrying about the light going off. That is a beautiful little garden, and it reminds me of some stately homes that I've visited. I would love to go off and explore that, instead of this horrific motel of murder, but apparently we're not allowed to do that. Hello? It is room 3. I had figured that out on my Gideon. I do apologise, I mistook that bin and that tree combination there for a head, but no, it was not the case. Let me guess, this is room 2. Goodness, my analytical abilities are unparalleled. Alright, I suppose we ought to go inside and say hello to the people. Let me shut the door behind myself, like a nice person, so that I get treated well by the... I see it's not just the people outside who are crazy, the people inside are crazy as well. That painting isn't that exciting, mate. You needn't be transfixed on it. What do you have to say for yourself? Oh, this is Greg. I am going to be here, Kitty. I do wish these subtitles would stay around a bit longer. I thought you'd stayed in the car. I didn't realise you'd come out to stretch your legs. Alright. See, this is something you could foreseeably see yourself staring at for days on end. But not that. Alright. Hello, friend. Well, hello there. Looking to stay a night with your friend? No. Do you have a bathroom with which I might use? Of course, it is just out back. Thank you for making assumptions. Thank you also for educating me about my character. But in mind, there are snacks here. Are these snacks free? I do hope so. Are the snacks free? We should go to the toilet. He said it was out back. But the snacks! What will I do without the snacks? Would you stop moving and looking at me, please? You're rather unnerving of me. Oh, I can't go behind the desk and intern as a helper? Alright, fair enough. Given his, the first thing that came to his mind when he saw me, I should probably not want to intern with him. I dread to think what sort of responsibilities I would get laden with. Alright, how do I get around back? Is that via the garden? Is that where I'll go in order to explore? Indeed it is. Oh, this is lovely. After all the horrific horror games you play, it is lovely to just relax in a nice garden and just run through the meadows and encounter more invisible barriers peacefully and relax amongst these little bushes. Indeed. Right then, there is two options, neither of which seem fantastic. Oh my giddy yard. I suppose we should try this one first, but I'm guessing it's a bit tinky. Respect for the toilet. What are you talking about? Are you trying to say it's dead? My nose is probably dead. I'm going to use the portable one over here. Apart from the fact that I worry that somebody might knock it over while I'm inside, or put it in the back of their truck and scamper off. I don't know, but can we see the man who was hiding near the bins? No, we cannot. Alright, I suppose there's nothing else to do but this. I muted that. Be grateful. Because goodness knows I'd be grateful if someone had muted it for me. Right then. I don't know what I frickin' expected, but still. Who are you? You weren't supposed to use that one. Well, I did. So, you know, deal with it, mutton hands. The other one was locked. I better go back to Greg. Before this rather spindly-limbed gentleman attempts to murder my face. And quite possibly the rest of me. Right, I am slightly confused. We said we needed number 1, and then we suddenly went in there and did number 2, so I'm horribly confused by that. Never mind. We should probably vacate the premises before we get horrifically murdered. Let us leave this place. He's going to turn around and have no face, isn't he? I think our tyres are fricked. Oh, you are kidding me. This does not seem reasonable. Our tyres are all flat. It means we can't go anywhere. Looks like someone did this. Well, I didn't think it happened by magic. What a predicament we have on our hands. I guess we'll have to rent a room after all. You eyeless freak. I know a mechanic that could come over. Let me guess. Tomorrow. Might take him a while since he lives far away. That sounds nice of you. Good. Come see me for your room keys. I really don't want to present my arse to this man, if I'm quite frank. Oh, come on. It isn't that bad. Have an adventure while we wait. An adventure? What sort of adventures do you think happen here, right? The only kind of treasure you're likely to find in here is a sexually transmitted disease. Right then. Off to get our key, I suppose. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Where's he gone? What? Oh, there you are. May I have my key, please? I slightly need a key to get into the room. I'm here for a key. Can you do anything without being creepy? Room number 4. For crying out. I see you've installed a conveyor belt behind the desk to make things easier. Don't be afraid to use the other toilet next time. I am so dead. I'm so gonna get murdered in this place. Okie dokie then. Where is Greg? Is he waiting by the car still? Indeed he is. It is alright, I have a key now. I should check the room... What? I should get the room key from the old man. I have the room key, my friend. What I wanted to do is inform my compadre here that we were ready to go in this room and lock the door. Although I imagine if he's the proprietor, he probably has a spare that he can use. Although that's him invading the room is probably the least worst thing that's going to happen tonight. But we shall see. We don't want to jump to conclusions. Well, it's something. We'll just go to bed when I'm done looking. You know, I don't want to, like, force you to conform with the rest of society, because, you know, I myself am a person that doesn't like that. But most of us turn the TV on before we watch it, but, you know, I should probably relieve myself. Why is the toilet locked? Presumably to force you to use the other ones. You have a scary face. Okay, should we listen to some music? Tunes of the Damned, the single version. Hooray. For crying out. Anything in the cupboards? Oh goodness, I have a body. I did not realise. I mean, I presumed I had one, you know. It's rather difficult to make use of the bathroom when you don't have a body, but never mind. There's a book here. How to... I mean, I presumably this is a slightly poorly translated book about cooking, cooking those nice battered chicken and pork balls that you get from the Chinese restaurant on the road. There is a plant here, obviously fake. Well, there's very, very few windows, which would make it extremely difficult for this thing to survive. This room isn't so bad, apart from the fake plant and the scary book. But that old man actually... Better actually call the mechanic. I'm sure it will all be fine, apart from these subtitles which throw me off all the time. That's what you always say. I'm frightened. You didn't happen to bring like a machete with you or anything that I could sleep with under the pillow, could I? Oh dear. Okay, good. So gladly this doesn't involve any horrific noises of what might be happening in a bed. Particularly in a motel. I'm thirsty. I think there was a vending machine outside. I would be more than willing. I would be more than willing to not to survive while being thirsty. What's up with the television? Kind of works if your favourite television you like watching is a random load of funny fuzzy pixels. Okay. fallen asleep watching TV. Every time. You'd think I'd turn the thing off, but never mind, I guess it's not my power to waste. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't realise that he was sleeping on the couch. I presumed that we were sleeping in the bed. But no. Where was that vending machine? It is pretty nice out here tonight. That's a really dumb design of roof, because rainwater is going to collect in there, and then it's going to create a load of weight, and it's going to break the ceiling in. I don't know much about architecture, but I know that much. You have to have water runoff for these things. I know, I'm related to an engineer. Where was this vending machine? I have no memory of a vending machine. It wasn't inside, was it? I remember the snacks. Or is it just around the corner where we met the gentleman? Indeed. I feel like I would probably keep these inside, otherwise they're probably just going to get things stolen out of them, but never mind. May I buy something? I don't really want any of these drinks. Oh, you specifically wanted one of these drinks, because that makes so much difference, doesn't it? Which one do I choose? The fastest one to get your hands on so we can get the hell out of here before we get murdered. I choose lemonade. Is that a reference? I do hope not. Oh, good afternoon. I do sincerely apologise. The sound probably should have played when I looked in this direction, not that one, but never mind. Hello? What's up with you? You have a big chocolate pudding to give me. How very kind of you. Want some beans? I'll manage without, thanks. I'll get by. I'll get by as long as I don't have you within 16 postcodes of me, you frickin' maniac person. Right, giddy out. Let's just go straight back to bed. I'm not tired, mate. I'm perturbed, but I'm not tired. I feel like when you're scared, it's a little too difficult to sleep. I feel like you have to be very comfortable. Oh, for crying out. Now my stomach hurts. I need to go to the... Hang on a minute. Did you see something moving off to the right-hand side of the screen there for the first instant when I was awake? I didn't pick up on that at first. You still asleep? Greg has gone! Where is Greg's? The most important question in the world when one is hungry. Okay, maybe that was Greg leaving. Maybe he went to the bathroom. Perhaps. Perhaps he did. Perhaps he didn't. There's really no way to know. That lemonade must have done something to me. Yeah, this is why you don't drink strange liquids that you got at a motel. Kitty aunt, I feel like it would have been far more sensible just to go hungry. I really do think it would have been a wiser decision. Call me paranoid, but I've played one too many of these games. Oh goodness, that Portaloo has now lived up to its name and become portable. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh well, in for a penny and for a pound. I guess I have to use this one. Ugh, it's disgusting. Yeah. Again, I feel like a bush would be a better option, but here we go. Oh goodness, the Dark Brotherhood have been... Oh. There is just a hole in the ground which you position your buttocks over and then you get to business. That's good to know. That sound, was it Greg? I didn't hear anything, I was too busy yammering on. It's very dark. There's also little funny bits where the world hasn't been joined up properly. This is the world's longest staircase. One or the other, I'm not sure. Never mind an auditorium, this is just an auditorium. Good evening. Again. What is this? Where is Greg? For a man with no mouth, he is surprisingly communicative. Answer me, you There's a unique unique insult. Never heard that one before. I feel like it's not really fair to criticize people or insult people for being bald. Because the thing about insulting people about being bald is that if you're saying it, you're not bald, but everyone who is bald can become bald. So I feel like it's a dangerous thing to say. I can't go this way. I cannot go this way. Do I have to speak to him? Is he involved in the travelling procedure? Goodness, I'm not doing anything. We're into a cutscene. The cutscene of destiny. Stop! Ending 1 of 3. I dread to think how you'd find different endings. Frankly, I don't think I want to know how you find different endings. To be honest, I think I just want to leave that there, because I think I've had enough of that. Made in a month, because why not? That's good to know. I must say, there's a bit more to it than I would have expected for a game made in as little as a month. But that was unique. Had some interesting characters in it. They were all a bit spooky. They were all a bit weird. They were all a bit creepy. 1 second. How would you get the other endings? How would you get the other endings? What could you do? What could I have done differently? I feel like there weren't many choices that I could have taken, apart from getting right to the end and then maybe turning around and running away. Let me try that. Give me a minute. I'm just going to race through the game again. I'm just going to see if I can find any other decisions that I could make. Because I don't feel like there were a lot of decisions that that I could actually do. So I'm glad it's got a skip there. That's quite useful for speeding things up. Yes, I know. Would you shut up? Yes, give me a minute. I shall see if I can find us t'other ending. Okay, so I'm not able to force myself to go in now. I do have to use this one, it would seem. There's also an invisible barrier here, which means I can't go and speak to the man by the bins. Alright, so there's no decision about which one of these you use. Oh gosh, I've got to listen to this again, haven't I? Oh, hello? Hello? Alright, what do you want this time? I don't know, I didn't speak to you the first time, but I'm gonna. Goodbye. What? This is pretty much the same excuse as last time. What? I do wish you'd speak clearly. It's very difficult for me to understand you. Leave a lad to their business. You're very confusing. Yeah, I do wish you'd speak a little bit less. I'm better go do my business somewhere else. You expecting me to do it back here? What? I do wish these subtitles would stay a bit longer. Can I speak to him further? No. Okay, so maybe that's not as integral as I thought. Alright. So that place is locked. And I can no longer interact with the car. I was wondering whether maybe one of the hotel rooms would open up at a certain point in the night. You could go inside, but I don't think any of them do. I think they remain locked throughout. Okay. I'm still not sure how to get a different ending. Alright, what if I try speaking to you? And say, where is Greg? I don't want to know what you're doing with your hands behind that censorship bar. Alright, what I'm going to try doing is taking advantage of the moment when the dialogue ends, but before I interact with him to move forward and see if I can leave. And to say, nope, I've had a bad enough of this. Oh, I think it is a little staircase. It is just literally the world's longest staircase, rather than it being a screwy bit of world design. So, can I leave at this point? Is that how I could get a different ending? No, for there is a step that is a little tiny bit too tall for me. Oh, hang on, I do seem to have managed it, somehow. But no, I can't escape. I'm most befuddled then. I have no idea how you get any of the different endings there, because I can't find a place where you can have any choices in terms of doing different things. Unless maybe if you don't interact with the homeless man at all, perhaps? I don't know, because there's invisible barriers off to the left and right here, which means you can't go this way. I'm very confused. Never mind. It's interesting. It's another one of those games about the horrors of motels, so perhaps that shouldn't surprise anybody. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Don't quite know what I expected. I did know that this game was about, this. It's trying to partner up for a shotgun about an outhouse in a forest, but I don't think that's come to fruition. You freaky-faced fiend. on your little cake rotisserie that you stand on. Never mind. Enough of that, I think. That was interesting. I hope you found it to be an interesting experience as well. So, thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.